Hey there, and welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm your host, Barbara, and today is day 2 of our morning crochet and coffee. Of course, if you don't like coffee, grab any beverage you like, and we will sit here and have a chat, enjoy the outdoors. Oh, it's so hot. I am melting. But I still have my coffee because I have to have my coffee. I don't know about you. I do like tea, hot tea in the afternoon and evening, but coffee in the morning, it's a must. Delicious. And I didn't choke. So, today I want to show you a couple things. You know, with rainbows being so popular right now, and it seems to be the sign of hope that things will get better. You know, people are posting rainbows hanging from trees and on fences and from their windows, and it's just a sign for everyone that, you know, there's someone here who cares that things will get better. Well, I had made this a while ago, and this is out of Red Heart Super Saver Favorite Stripe. It is the best rainbow color I have seen. Now, you know, I mean, I'm an on-again, off-again fan of Red Heart, but I have to tell you, you know, I mean, yeah, it's rough, but you know what? It's gorgeous. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. And I love the way the stripes just go from one to the other, and it is just amazing. And it actually has all the colors. So anyway, I had made this a while ago, and I just found it in my stash as I was going through trying to find some more whips. And this was actually in a whip bag that I had started making something else with that rainbow stripe, and I was trying out the moss stitch to make a baby blanket, and it was absolutely beautiful too, because the way these stripes just go from one to another, the way the colors just weave in, that moss stitch was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But anyway, so I still have to tie in my ends, but I have a feeling that in commemoration of 2020 and the way this year has been going, this will be a gift for someone at Christmas, someone who will appreciate it. Maybe a gift for, you know, a young school-age girl who likes color and won't mind wearing something so bright and gorgeous like this. So anyway, you know, if you have it, try it. It's just amazing. The other thing I wanted to show you was this little thing here. I don't know if you can see it. Can you come up closer? This is a donut coaster. And I honestly can't remember who put the tutorial out. Wasn't my idea. Not that inventive. I'm a little bit inventive, but not that inventive. You know, it's all been done, it feels like. So I just go after, you know, what other people have put out there. But anyway, it's gorgeous. I made it actually so that it can be turned either way. So if I do make these and gift them, you know, my recipients may not know what the right side is or the wrong side, and they may actually look at the wrong side and say, oh, that's beautiful, and just, you know, plop their little coffee cup down. So this one's mine. I'm gonna use this for my coffee right now, and so if I do knock it or if my dogs knock it, no worries. Oh, it's warm out here. How is it at your place? Is it warm? Are you still getting snow? I know some places around the country it's nice and cool, and I kind of wish I was there, and you probably wish you were here because it's so hot. But anyway, let me show you something else that I made during this stay-at-home time. you know, the last thing that I made was not during the stay-at-home time, but this was. And I love Crochet Grandma. Creative Grandma. Sorry. Yeah, Creative Grandma. And Glenda. And she's really amazing. She just comes up with the neatest things. She's a really good teacher. I love listening to her, and she's just a really nice person. Check out her channel too. But anyway, she made this tea towel, and it is all one piece. See? It's all one piece, and the way she made it from from the bottom up, and it just so happened that I had these cotton colors, and this one, I don't know if you can see the little colors in there. Let me turn it a little bit. Oh, it might be washed out. But it's kind of like an ecru, and it has purple and blue, like a light blue, and a light mauve in there. So those just kind of speckle through. It's very subtle, really nice. And then I had this burgundy, or wine, whatever you want to call it. So she had us do the bottom, and then she had us do a stripe, and then we continued on upwards. And I just think this is so elegant and beautiful looking, and it's something that you know, it looks so nice. And I had this button. I ordered a whole bag of buttons from Amazon, and you know, in a mixed bag. They were wooden. You can choose what kind you get, but I chose wooden. And so, you know, it's kind of a mixed bag. You just go through and pick out what you like. And I kind of liked this one. It was big. It was a big button. And so this is what it looks like. So she just had us crochet this up with a buttonhole, and then you just, you know, you hook it to your stove and button it, and then it just stays there for your use to dry your hands. Hopefully, you know, your kids or your husband have clean hands when they wipe on this, or you just give them orders and do not touch. This is for decoration only. And then you secretly use it when you know that your hands are clean, and all you need to do is dry up a little bit of water. So anyway, I really liked this, and I liked it so much that I wanted to make it a set. So I got my hook out, and I made just a very simple dish towel. And I used the same technique. You know, I did the full color, and then I did the stripe, and then I went on with the rest of the color so that it would match the pattern. Very simple, and yet what a nice gift at Christmas or for a birthday. I just really like that. And someone's going to look at that when you give it to them, and especially if they don't know crochet, and they're going to be amazed that you actually made that, because it's just really elegant. Now I made that with cotton. You know, I'm not sure. I think it was, sorry about that. There goes a motorcycle down the road. A little noisy, but we've established that yesterday. It's noisy around here. I think that it was a cone, like the sugar or peach, what is that called? But anyway, you know what I'm talking about, the cone. And I really don't know what color this was, but it was very nice. And when I got it, I thought, oh, that's nice. It's kind of plain. I don't know if I really like it. But when I put this together with that burgundy stripe, it just made it so elegant, and I really like it. One last thing to show you, and then I'll get on with my crochet. I bought a book from Amazon, Crochet Granny Square. And one thing that I like about it, first of all, it was very inexpensive. It was like $5 or $6. And but what I really liked about it And I didn't know that this is what was going to, you know, look like when I first got it. But at the front, I'll show you. The very first part, the first 24 pages, talk about the basics of crochet. Can you see that? It talks about how to make a slip knot, for goodness sake. It tells you the different holds of a crochet hook. It talks about how to hold your yarn and how to do a chain stitch. It talks about tension. And look at this. It even has a little chart to show you how to count your stitches. Isn't that amazing? If I had had this when I first started crocheting, I would be miles ahead of where I am now. I mean, I would have been where I am now 30 years ago. Then on the second part of it, it shows some amazing granny square patterns. Now, the only complaint that I have about this book, and I do love this book, don't get me wrong, but the only complaint that I have is that I have not found in this book the pattern for this one, which is adorable. I love it. There's one other one that the pattern is not there on the front. This one right here. And I thought, well, you know, I mean, that looks simple. I could probably make that up, but I want to know what they did. I want to know what the pattern is. And there was one other one, this one right here. So guys, if you put this on your book, make sure the pattern's in the book. I may have to look a fourth and fifth time. But African flower. So I'm just really, really happy about this book. I just really like it. Wagon wheel square. There's just some really nice patterns in here, and so I'm excited to get started with this. But you know what? This would be a great Christmas gift for someone in your family who is thinking about starting crochet, or if they've been crocheting for a while but they're still kind of, you know, feeling a little uneasy, or they have to keep looking up stitches every time, you know, they start a new pattern. How do you do this again? How do you do that again? This would be great because it would answer some questions that maybe they were too embarrassed to ask because they thought, you know, I'm crocheting all of this stuff. I'm not going to ask that question. But the first 24 pages is excellent information. So anyway, that's all I have to show you. I'm currently working on a bag, and I don't have a pattern for it. I am just trying to use up my stash of Red Heart Super Saver because I, as you know, I placed an order with Hobby, and I need some room. So I am very excited about that. And so I just wanted to clear out my Red Heart. You know, it's not that I don't like the Red Heart Super Saver, because it does have its place. Honestly, it's a tough yarn. Love bugs. In Florida, we have love bugs, and they don't hurt you. They just annoy you to no end. And they're out a little bit late this year. Usually it's April and October. I don't know why they come out twice a year. The 2 times of year when the weather is the nicest. Yeah, I guess they want to enjoy the really nice weather in Florida too. So all I did was, on this one, you know, I did a rectangle. Well, I did a chain, and then I started going all the way around the chain, you know, doing some increases in the ends here so that it would just grow it, and I just went straight across here so that it would just be, you know, a nice oval. So now I'm at the point where I am just doing straight half double crochet. I may go to double crochet a little bit later. I like to do the bottom of bags in a little bit tighter stitch, just so that if something goes down to the bottom, that it's not, you know, it's not going to fall through. Because nothing's worse than putting something in your bag and then finding out later that it's gone. So I'm not crocheting as fast as I usually am because it is so hot out here. And quite honestly, my fingers are sweating. Who knew that your fingers could sweat? Well, I guess, you know, we knew hands could, but good night. Anyway, so tell me what's on your hook. Tell me what's on your hook. Right down below, and I'll answer you back. I'm always very curious about what other people are making because I thrive on getting new ideas. I am constantly on YouTube. I don't go on Pinterest as much because I get so much from YouTube, to be honest with you. I do go on Pinterest when I have something specific. If I think that maybe it hasn't had a tutorial yet and maybe there's a pattern out there that I can find. But mostly I do YouTube, and I have, you know, some people that I watch all the time, and you know, I watch Bag-A-Day, Crystal from Bag-A-Day, Krista from The Secret Yarnery. Those two ladies are just amazing. Like I said, I love Creative Grandma. She's so sweet, and her tutorials are really great. You know whose tutorials are really great too is Crystal from Bag-A-Day. I have followed a couple of her tutorials. I made a dress for my granddaughter just recently, like last weekend, like 7 days ago, and I followed a pattern of hers for a shirt for her daughter, who was 4 at the time, or it was a size 3-4, so I really don't know what, you know, what age her daughter was at the time. But my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, is 2, and she's in a size 3 or 4. So I thought, well, you know, that will fit perfectly. So I made that, and it was actually a shirt. But Crystal said if you keep going with the shirt pattern, then you can actually turn it into a dress. And I did, and it was so gorgeous, so gorgeous. And I did not get to see my granddaughter in person. We are still doing the stay at home, but I did get to see some pictures, and my daughter-in-law sent me a little video of her in her dress, and it does fit her perfectly, and she loves it. She loves pink. So to be honest with you, you know, when a little one gets on the video chat and she gets right up to the screen and she says, "Grammy, I want a pink dress. Grammy, I want a pink dress." And then what does Grammy say? "Okay, child, I will make you a pink dress." And then what does Grammy do? She goes and runs to her stash and she finds the Caron Simply Soft pink in the pinkest of pink, and she makes that dress. And then I thought, well, what does Nicole like? Nicole likes butterflies. So I found on YouTube little tiny butterflies, and they're the easiest things to make. They take 2 seconds. Of course, at the top of my head right now, I can't remember how to make them because, you know, I only store what I need to in there. I already have so much information in there. It just kind of, some things just go to the delete file right away. But anyway, I made 3 little darker pink butterflies for her and put them on the bodice. And it was just an adorable dress, and Nicole loved it, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And so I also made my little one, Annabelle, the little 1-month-old. I made her a little romper, and her colors, my son and daughter-in-law have designated colors for the girls, so that hopefully it'll help in the future with, you know, any jealousy issues or whatever. You know, anything purple is Annabelle's and anything pink is Nicole's. And so, and they did their rooms that way too, so, which I thought was kind of a cute idea. And so I made a romper, a baby romper, in a light lavender, or lilac. It was a light color, and so I made that, and it called for buttons in the diaper area, because it actually was like a onesie in the diaper area. So it called for little buttons. I didn't want to put little buttons down there because I thought, you know, I just don't like that idea of hard little buttons down there next to her legs. And so what I did was I crocheted little circles. I crocheted little circles, and like I just did a magic circle, and I did, I think, 6 for the small, and then I tightened it up, and in like single crochet, and I tightened it up, and, you know, wove in the ends, and that was my button, and it turned out perfectly. I'm telling you what, I don't need to buy buttons anymore. What a good idea. I'm going to show you how I made those buttons one day. I'm going to do a little tutorial and show you how I made those buttons. And then when I needed a larger button, all I did was, instead of a single crochet and only doing 6, I did a half double crochet, and I did, I think, 8, and it made it just a little bit bigger. And that was for the little straps on the back, because on the back you put 2 little buttons, and then when the straps come over, you can either crisscross them or you can go straight. So if you need it to be a little tighter, you crisscross it. You know how that goes. And so anyway, I actually ended up making 5 buttons for that, because it called for 3 little buttons in the diaper area and 2 buttons for the back. And so, you know, I really kind of felt proud of myself, and it's those little things that make us, you know, happy. So I am thoroughly enjoying launching into new things. You know, I've been crocheting for over 40 years, and until last year, honestly, I had never made clothing for anyone. For myself, for a baby, for anyone. I've made blankets. Well, I do take that back. I do take that back, because 5 years ago, if you consider a hat a clothing, I did make a hat, and that was my first hat ever. I actually still have it. And so I did make hats and scarves, but to me that was just, you know, well, the hat was the first time that I had made anything in a round before as well. I knew how to do granny squares, and I knew how to do, you know, the back and forth crochet. I knew how to do all of that, and I was really good at it, and I can follow a pattern, but I just never felt comfortable making clothing. And when I discovered all these patterns and tutorials on YouTube, I found a dress pattern for a little girl on YouTube, and that was the first one that I made. And then I started doing amigurumi, and I am so into amigurumi as well. I mean, as you can tell, I've shown you some things that I've made, and I do love it. I actually made a mobile for one of my coworkers, and her theme was under the sea. So I made jellyfish, and so I took a ring, like a ring that you would use for a mandala. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and I took a ring and I crocheted around it, and then I used fishing line, and I hung all of the jellyfish at different heights. And the jellyfish, some of the tentacles had little clear crystals so that it would like sparkle a little bit, like it was shimmering under the water. It was for a little boy, so I did shades of blues and greens, and I just loved that. I currently have all the butterflies made for a mobile for my oldest granddaughter, and because she does love butterflies, and her room is pink with flowers and butterflies, and I do have that. But since the lockdown, or I shouldn't call it a lockdown, I think I call it a lockdown in my head, since the stay-at-home order, I haven't been able to find those same clear crystals online. I haven't been able to find them, and they're just little plastic faceted, and I have to see them in person to make sure that they're the right size, because you know, I don't want to get the wrong size. I don't want to get something that is not going to work. Like a bag of 50 of them was only, I think at Hobby Lobby, it was only like $2.99 or something like that, $2.29. I'm not sure, but I really, you know, don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my money. So this is what I'm thinking, is that, you know, as soon as I feel comfortable, you know, going out and about and shopping and whatnot and getting out into the public, I know things are slowly opening up, then I'll go over to Hobby Lobby and I'll get the little faceted plastic crystals, and then when I put that together, I'll show you how I'm putting it together. I'll do a tutorial on that, because I use the butterflies that are in my tutorial. And actually all of those butterflies that you see, if you go back to last year, when I did the tutorial on the butterflies, those butterflies are actually the ones, when I said I was making a rainbow, I really was making a rainbow. And my idea was to do the rainbow and have it come down in a swirl like that, so that it would be like a spiral staircase kind of a thing, with the butterflies coming down, so that you could just see the colors just fading one into the other as far as, you know, the rainbow colors go. So I was thinking about rainbows last year even. But anyway, so that is what I've got going, and I also have an order for another little mobile for Annabelle in the jellyfish, because her theme is under the sea as well, and but her colors are purple and a blue, but it's kind of like a teal blue. It's a nice pale girly teal blue. It's really pretty. So I will make her jellyfish in those colors, and I'm super excited about that, and I have the colors ready and everything. But I actually attached the crystals to the jellyfish, so I've been holding off making the jellyfish until I can get those crystals, and then I'm going to use the crystals with some little hang downs. I haven't really decided how I'm going to do that. I might just do some green with some leaves, or maybe even right in the center do like a flower with the butterflies going around the flower, and then have some crystals hanging from that. Anyway, I'm thinking that I'm going to make Nicole's, you know, super sparkly and super cute, and so I have the hard part done. The butterflies are made. I just have to be able to put it together, but I have to get those crystals first. And actually, I say I have the hard part done. To be honest with you, when I made that last one, I don't know if you guys have a trick for using fishing line, but that stuff is hard to work with. So if you have a trick for using that, for tying knots, you know, maybe I just need to go to a fishing channel and look up how to tie a knot in a fishing line. I don't know, but wow, was that hard, and it just, it wore on me. But thankfully, I mean, you know, I didn't have to do it forever, so it took me one night to tie all those on and make them look pretty. So anyway, well, I'm going to let you go. This ran a little bit longer than I expected, but I sure do like spending time with you, and I hope that you enjoy spending time with me and my ramblings. And if you would, it would really bless my heart if you would like this channel and subscribe, like this and subscribe, and go back and take a look at my other videos. You know, I've made a couple tutorials. I know my lighting is not that great inside, and I have a light on order, and so that will get better. I know that I talk softly, and so I'm sorry about that. I did order a microphone, but I'm a little bit tech not savvy, and I can't figure out how to make it work. It's telling me I have to download a whole new app to do the videos, and I don't know. Anyway, it's not working. I spent money on it. So anyway, I hope that you have the most fantastic day ever. And let's see, what do I say? Stay safe, be kind, and get hookin'.